and you find out that your father was part of the original invading force.
Mm-hmm.
You do not dive this time.
Do I not?
No. Your pride swells up inside of you. You're like, no, I can take this guy. And you just destroy him.
All right. So you guys come to Folan's room. Like knocking on the door at like 6
Yeah,
a.m.
yeah. Well, hey, Poland, it's really important. We got to talk to you. Hey, Poland, you there? Are you awake?
First, you don't hear anything. Then you hear a and then like a oh. And then, like steps come over to the door, and Folan opens the door. His hair is like up and over on one side, like sticking out. Like
this look of gratification comes over Leviticus.
He's got like a line where he laid on the pillow wrong or something. I'm
like looking at Paul. I'm like, man, I wish there was in this world some device that could take this image that we're all seeing and immediately paint it on a canvas for like preservation for all the ages.
Basically, every time you've ever seen Folan, even when he's been bloody, has been, dressed to the nines, presentable, and he's just complete. I mean, like even after the revelations about his family, like he didn't like let himself slip or anything.
Yes.
Like the waking up and like the bags under his eyes and like the whole, I guess they don't sleep, but whatever,
Yeah.
And I look at the hallway full of my friends, and I'm just like,
I'm like putting my hands on his shoulders. I'm like, hey, buddy, it's great to see you. But like, kind of like I know, I know, kind of look at his face about how he looks and how he feels about it.
I'm going to step aside and let them all come in. And and we have the conversation about what's happening.
Saving my butt.
And I'm like listening. Okay. First of all, Gonad Blighter needs us to come along with him to his last fight of his series. Am I correct in assuming that the entirety of our team is supposed to take a dive for this fight? Is that the implied outcome for this?
No, just me.
Just him, but Gonad wants you guys as support there.
Oh, thank
Moral
God.
support.
Okay, thank the gods we don't have to go into the arena. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of unclear on that too, Lucas, is like, so he's supposed to still take this dive, right? I think he just wants us to come along to make sure the dive
will be in the sidelines or something.
He'll get advantage on his rolls.
Yeah. Also, I had this cute little pet birdie that flew away. I was hoping you guys could help me find it.
And about that time, the raven like lands on my head and like starts like flitzing around in the hair on my head.
Like, oh man, you got a pet birdie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Claire. Claire, say hi.
I look at Claire and I say, hey, Claire, it's nice meeting you. I'm not sure I'm familiar with you in this group yet.
Yes, you're very funny.
The joke completely goes over my head, and I'm just like, what a cute birdie. I love the birdie.
All right.
And then Leviticus, you have business about business.
Yeah, so Poland, not some time ago, when I think even around like when we first met at the shop that Virgil keeps, our business, you brought up the idea that maybe it's time for Virgil to move on, maybe it's time for the business to change hands, and maybe that the sale of the business might help in taking care of Virgil and his the remaining years. And
I think that is one potential course of action that you should take.
Yeah, and, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think that that might actually be very good advice, Colin, and I appreciate that. And I just want to tell you that I've been looking for buyers for this business for 3 weeks now. The first 2 weeks very actively, and then not so much on the last week when I was helping you research and your history and everything with your mom. And I was just wondering if you had any thoughts about it at that point, with trying to sell this place.
Having a very infantile perspective of everything and not really paying attention up until now, realizing Leviticus wants to sell the place that I've been living, I grab Leviticus and I say, but where are we going to live, man? Where are we going to live?
I kind of try to reassure him, like, hey, man, hey, don't worry, buddy. We wouldn't let you sleep. We wouldn't let you go sleeping under the bridge out in, the dirty creek, or we wouldn't let you go back into slavery or anything like that. But we'd make sure you're taken care of.
You reassure him. Yeah.
All right.
Virgil wasn't able to make his monthly revenue, was he?
Well, no, but I don't think that's too much of a surprise to any of us. I think that he was in that before we all found him, and it just looks like this is kind of inevitable, and it just looks like it's come to the point that we all saw coming, that we really need to figure something out. And I think selling the place is really the solution. It's just the trouble of finding a buyer.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that it would be better if you could have a buyer come to you. You need to make that business unique and attractive in some way that is going to catch the eye of competitors who may, in an effort of heading something off at the pass, offer to just buy the place from you rather than deal with the risk of increased competition going forward.
I tap my head and I look at Leviticus and say, That
is a good idea, isn't it?
Second,
trying to make him feel like he's gratified for.
Good job. You're in the conversation too.
Yeah, good job.
Second, I would recommend, if you haven't already, speaking with people directly at the what's the term for it, JD? The merchant magistrate or something, or
it's the market magistrate. It'd be Nekvon that you'd have to speak to.
Well, yeah, not his name specifically, but what's the building? What's the group called that he runs?
Oh, it's the market. I'm just gonna call it the market magistrate.
Okay.
He's the magistrate of, and he runs that building. So it's the building that's in the town square.
He owns the mall.
Right. So I would say, if you haven't already, start putting some feelers out in that office as well, directly. Now, of course, the magistrate does not seem like the kind of fellow who is going to pay you anywhere near what that building is worth, and would probably rather see you just abandon it and foreclose and pick it up at a tax sale or something.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
If people in the magistrate's office know that you are wanting to sell, they may actually inform other people that you're wanting to sell, and then it could turn into I need to get it before the magistrate gets it, or we need to come up with the capital for this sort of a thing. And I would be happy to assist you with that. And next week, when we have downtime, by JD would let us have.
Or just throw this out there. What if we all skip town? There's a really nice refugee camp just outside of town. We could hide out there for a few days and then find our way out in the woods somewhere. Maybe find a small village to move to.
Here's a really, I'm spitballing. It's a really dumb idea. It's and feel free to shoot this down without hesitation. What if we bet on Gonad Blighter, where everybody's betting on him to take this dive? Everybody feels like people are probably in on this bet. Like they probably are expecting him to take this dive, so there's probably a lot of money riding on it. And we know that we need him to take this dive so that he can make the money back. But if we bet on him with such odds against him and he wins and we get those winnings, would it be enough to pay off what he owes for the fuck up that he did in the bar the other day, and also pay off what Virgil owes at the moment to buy some more time?
So let me interject real quick.
Yeah.
So part of the deal was that John would take 4 falls. It's not that he owes them money anymore. He owes them 40 gold. And how much gold do you have right now? Like 50.
Like 200 and two or 300 gold.
2 or 300. How do you have 2 or 300?
Oh, it's just like I got tons of money, dude. Neural told me like during one of
He
those
just found it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I found it. No, Neural had like tons of gold and gold.
Okay, so you have 50 gold.
You didn't even know about the gold that Neural had.
So you've got 50 gold. That's enough to pay off what's due, but part of the deal is he takes the fall. So he wouldn't be fulfilling his obligation, which means he's still on the hook
Which
if he
means
doesn't take the fall.
If I didn't take the fall, they'd kill me.
Yeah, okay, so I, right on. Not the best idea.
Yeah.
But I wanted to throw that out there for the team to see what they thought.
No, I think that's an amazing idea. I love it, and I think you guys should totally try and do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, so now it's going to be
it'll be like Snatch. Such a good
the
movie.
Adventures of Folin and his new friends in memory of Leviticus and Blighter.
Oh, boy.
All right, so you guys finish up your conversation at the hotel room, correct?
Do we?
I mean, have you
found
guys
a resolution yet?
Well, we've got ideas to pursue.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of brainstormed some ideas. So I'm going to fast forward to
like a brain drizzle.
Yep, exactly. Just the storming is what makes it great. The drizzle is like one horrible idea. So you guys end up joining Gonad Blighter that evening. So I'm going to bring you guys there now. And to say here.
Can I make 2 more portent rolls, JD?
Oh, yeah, you sure can.
Can I break the fourth wall and ask about portent rolls as an experienced dungeoner and dragoner?
You can ask him, yeah.
Is Matt asking Lucas what they are?
Yes, out of character.
Whomever, yeah.
Right.
I actually have done reading and research, and I watch YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff to try to educate myself in this world, and it's
a lot.
But I'm just that's one I've not been familiar with yet.
Portent roll only is a thing that only a very specific sub branch of the wizard gets.
So you can perceive impending doom or whatever.
Correct, or impending success. At the start of every day, I get 2 d20 rolls. So in this case, I rolled a 15 and a 5. For the rest of this day, or until I take a long rest, I can just swap one of those out for one of my own rolls, or for a roll that an enemy or something nearby me is taking.
Cool.
So this was how when Mr. Stabby McStabberson was going to chop your head off in the arena, I was like, roll a few times, please, because I saw the future, and I was like, you might want to move 3 feet in the other direction.
Very cool.
And then I swapped out a 5 for his attack, so it missed.
Nice to have somebody like that on the team.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Dungeon Master loves it.
Fuck you, JD.
Well, now that he's got 2 of these rolls, we could use those rolls to help us kill everyone in this.
That's not going to help that much, man. I might be able to help you fall better.
It doesn't make him Like it's not like Back to the Future where
It's
you see everything and
he can just bend all of reality to his will.
No, that comes at much higher levels.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys show up to the location, the spot where everybody is doing their thing. You've been fighting here, John. As you guys are walking there, everybody but John noticed some strange cloaked figures watching you guys as you enter into Straight Street.
Are they
Hey,
they
John.
dark cloaked?
Hey, John, not Gonad Blighter. Hey, John, there's some cloaked figures over there.
Oh, hey, I think
Stop
Gonad Blighter
metagaming.
was about to notice that.
Stop metagaming.
I'm leaving every single goddamn coin at home.
Yes. Jesus. Every time we walk down any street, we always get jumped.
Where? Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you guys are here right now. You guys are, you come walking in, everything is as it regularly is. Gonad, you're not allowed into the bar area. So
You have
you
such
kind
a
of
great
stand
memory,
out here.
JD. Such a powerful memory.
You stand down here, and this guy just kind of stands there and watches you. As that is happening, there's a little girl playing over here. She's playing with a little doll, and she sees you and kind of turns to you and kind of like waves at you.
Yeah.
She's not like intimidated or phased in any way.
I wave back, and I start playing with her doll, and I'm just like, "What a cute little kitty cat you've got there! What's its name?"
And she comes up and she explains, "Oh, his name is Mr. Kitty."
"Oh, hi, Mr. Kitty. How are you today? I'm going to fight for my life today. How about you?"
And she begins to play with you, and she goes, "My daddy works here," and she continues to play with you.
Oh, how nice.
And just as you guys are getting ready, the little girl goes, "You look like a really nice guy, nice half-orc."
Mm-hmm.
And she explains, like, you know, she's met other half-orcs before, and you look like the kindest half-orc.
Yep, that's me. Kind half-orc.
Fullen standing behind going.
So John, go ahead and delete 40 gold from your, because you paid that, right?
Elite. I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
So
back in the poorhouse.
You got 10 gold. You're good. So as you are playing with her, a woman comes out holding a child. The baby's crying, and she's holding a bag of it looks like silver to you.
Yeah.
And she goes, she's crying, and she says, "Come here, Lila." And Lila's like, "Okay, mommy." And she walks over, and you see the mother hand your bone harmonica to her, and she goes, "Where's Daddy?" And she keeps crying. She goes, He's working overseas for now."
Oh no.
And they disappear.
I see Gonad Blighter look like really dejected and be like, "No." And I'm like, "Hey, Gonad Blighter, you know, everybody always says you're a half orc, but they never say what the other half is. Is the other half sucker?"
Wait, I before they walk away before I have a chance to try and get my bone harmonica back.
That's what you care about?
That's the only thing that that's the only thing that I noticed.
That's why you were sad, because it was a bone harmonica, not because you murdered her father.
No, I did not make that connection at all. I was like, no, my bone harmonica.
No, they walk away before you can get it.
Awesome.
Darn.
Now, Fullen steps up. He's like, no. You're not going after them. No.
All right.
So to be clear, Matt, he didn't get 40 gold stolen. 40
No,
gold.
I saw it. No, I got that. I got
Okay.
that.
All right.
But
Yeah,
it's
that
the-
was what he owed. Yeah.
No, I know, but it's the bone harmonica that
Okay.
they got that I was like,
Yeah.
can figure that out.
Oh man.
All right. So
As
the
soon as this fight's over, I want to go buy a new bone harmonica.
so people start to gather around to start the fight again, and they call you over, Gonad,
All right.
and the fighter steps into the ring, and so go ahead and move your guy in there, and he kind of rolls his shoulders, and he says something along the lines of, I'm gonna make you squeal just like you've been squealing for the past couple weeks.
Mm.
So go ahead and give me one roll on athletics.
All righty. One athletics roll coming up.
Oh.
All right. So you're doing really well in the fight. You're hitting every mark that was agreed upon before the fight.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me another athletics roll.
All right. Coming up with another athletics roll. Badoosh.
You kind of mess up a little bit. You see some openings and you just can't help it, and you hit him a little too hard, to the point where he starts to stumble back a little bit, and he's like, ugh, like, oh, this can't happen. And
I turned to Poland with like not trying to muffle my voice in any way. I kind of go more like an athleisure role.
So as the fight is going on, you hear a loud horn blow, and this is in the city. So
Okay.
this is not where you guys are. This is in the city, and a guy comes running. So Null is there. So a guy comes running over, and he yells, "Raid!" And as he yells "raid," a bunch of guards with Captain Bregner come marching in, and Captain Bregner yells, "Halt! This is a raid!"
Yeah, we got that.
Somebody already said that.
In like total sarcasm, Leviticus raises his hand like, "Hey, what is this?"
And so members are running by the guards. The guards are trying to grab people to keep them into place. The fight's over. It's turned into pure chaos. Guards have moved in, and they start to try and grab people, take them down. Ragnar stands up here observing.
In the chaos, and wanting to fulfill my role, so that I'm no longer accountable for taking the fourth fight, the dive. I hope nobody noticed that what was going on, and I just fall to the ground and I play dead.
I'm like, "Oh, what happened? Go ahead, Blighter. Oh man, they got him."
Yeah, and hopefully Leviticus is within earshot of the fight people before they get dragged away. And I'm just like, in Leviticus, Liv was saying something like, man, they really took out Glowhead Blighter.
Oh man, what a punch! They really punched Glowhead Blighter, and he totally get knocked out just now.
So Gonad falls to the ground, acting like he's fainted or he's been knocked out. The guards kind of like move past him, and Ragnar notices the three of you, and he tells the guards, "Bring them here." And the guards attempt to move Gonad Blighter, drag him closer. The guard, looking at you, Folon, says, because he knows who you are, and he goes, "Sir, please come this way." And then
Very well.
the guard over at Leviticus tries to grab you, Leviticus, and just drag you over.
He's with me. He'll come along. No need for all the physicality.
And Noel kind of steps over to help carry Gonad Blighter, and like he slaps you on the face, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Dude, it's over."
Yeah.
The captain guard looks at all of you, and he says, "What are you guys doing here?"
Watching our good friend Mr. Blighter here make some money in one of the very few ways the poor fool knows how.
Yeah.
He looks at all of you, and he says, this is illegal. This is not sanctioned by the government. We've got a pit for that.
Ah, I see. Well, what are the fees and fines and such associated with it?
He kind
Hello,
of
my
shakes his
baby.
head.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
And then I like run away.
right now.
So he kind of looks down, and he kind of goes, kind of like rubs his head, and he was like, "Just get out of here." He's like, "I didn't see you guys here. Just get out of here."
Very well. We thank you very much for your what's the word? Not discern.
Discretion.
Discretion.
Question.
And thank you very much for your discretion. And I kind of give that let's go.
Yeah, and he's like, "I don't want to see you guys here again." And he begins to
I
order his.
I elbow Leviticus, and I'm like, man, being friends with Full On is awesome. We get out all kinds of trouble.
I'm like, yeah, he's all right.
So you guys end up leaving the area, correct?
I think so.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
We get out of there.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like an area
Please
I
remind
want to go anymore. I
On
don't
my,
prefer this area right now.
on my way out, I'm like, man, I'm glad I settled my debt.
So
Sure, I'm glad that's all in the past.
So you guys all leave, and you head over to the shop, I'm assuming.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I mean, probably. I
Yeah.
don't know where else we would go exactly, but
Yeah. So you guys all head to the shop, and as you enter into the shop, Leviticus, you're the first one who walks through the door, and you see blood smears on the ground and blood
Oh, no.
smears over the wall and over the railing.
Oh no.
What do you do?
This does not bode well.
I mentioned to like no one, like the room, like
Yeah,
just,
it's like everywhere.
and going at Blighter to going at Blighter, like yeah, if you can see that, I'm pretty sure we all can see that. like just very frustrated and kind of just not giving a fuck right now, like starting like to see red and kind of rage, and you know, immediate dread. I try to look for clues. I try to determine, like, I'm immediately assuming the worst, but trying to balance that out with also trying to, like, my monk, wood elf nature senses are fighting that
Yeah.
rage and worry, and trying to assess the area to try to see if I can see anything that would confirm what I'm worried most about.
I yell out,
Hey, Verge, are you around? Do you see all this blood?
So
This is really gross over here, man.
Gonad Blighter yells, "Verge, you around? You see all this blood?" And you hear, up here! And you can tell that he's crying, just the way that his voice is. And you can hear that he's on the second floor.
I immediately rush to him in the quickest way possible.
Yep. So as you run up there, you notice the blood trail leads up to the stairs and up the stairs. And as you crease over the top of the stairs, you see Verge sitting there on the ground, completely covered in blood. It's all over his shirt. It's all over his hands, and he's cradling Zoe.
Oh,
And he says, he's crying, and he says, she came here looking for help, and I didn't know what to do, and he's like holding her and trying to cuddle her and like stop bleeding from her.
Yet?
You guys can do a medical check to find out.
yeah, we do that.
Okay.
I'm thinking like, oh man, I wish one of us was good at healing.
Folan doesn't even do that, JD. He doesn't even attempt to like assess the situation.
Yeah.
He just immediately goes to a shelf and grabs the first healing potion he can find off the shelf.
Okay.
Like just uncorks it, just
Yep.
straight down the gullet.
Okay.
I'm like not thinking everything is a reaction for me, and I'm thinking, yes, Folan, thank you. I wouldn't have even considered that there might be potions right there. Thank you. And
So-
and I'm like, Zoe, are you okay?
So you guys kind of like splash potions, like trying to get it in her mouth so that she like consumes it, and she gets a little bit in there, and you hear, and she is breathing now, but she is unconscious, and Verge is holding her, and he is continuing crying, and he says, all she said was that her boss double-crossed her, and she didn't know what to do.
I mean,
So-
I'm just gonna put this out there. We could wipe out a big debt if we just offed the guy. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Wow. Is this consistent with Folan's character?
not really, but
Go ahead, Blighter. When you look out your window, you see the Dark Cloak standing in the square with his hand out towards the window.
You're such a cute little puppy. Oh, hey, like and subscribe and find out what happened in the previous episode over there. Find out what happens next time over here. And we stream on Twitch, and the links are down below.